versus throw.
For Doomhammer, let the hunt begin.
Well, my hand kinda sucks, but it does have Spiteful Summoner for turn 6 if I live that long. Pretty good turn 2 play. Probably the best 2-drop in my deck.
Out of my jungle!
What are the odds I would have no playable cards here? Well, I had the Dire Mole, but 3 unplayable cards, I guess. I guess I do have quite a few big cards in my deck. But 3 out of 9 on turn 3. This 2/4 is too big for him to handle. Handle shot is definitely lackluster here. That is a pretty good minion. I have to imagine most of the minions I got there are getting hexed or devolved anyway. It was still nice while it was on the board, though. I'm still really far out on the quest, so I guess I'm just gonna play Deathstalker XR. Get to kill 2 of his dudes. And the hero power is nice, of course. Although, honestly, just clicking Steady Shot and getting him for 3 more might have been better. Am I close to lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need 4 damage for lethal? Direwolf Alpha doesn't give 4. It's probably better to just try to silence Aya. I think that's 3. So I set him to 1 here. Who do I buff? Doesn't matter. Buff the owl. He deserves it. He did a good job that turn. Alright, set him to 1. Even if he clears, I have the candle shot charge. Or just, you know, call the wild, get him for 5. Okay. I've got 6, 7, I think I have 14 here. Which is surprisingly not good enough. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Probably just hold on to the weapon. I do have 3 more weapons in the deck. But it's not super likely I draw one next turn, and even if I do, might not have the mana to play it with the Sneaky Devil in hand and the Rexar hero power. Thunder Rhino has to be the pick. Lethal very often. Boom.
Rexar versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! Let the hunt begin.
I guess I should assume this is Pirate Warrior, which Candle Shot is actually pretty good against. I mulligan the quest against Pirate Warrior? I'm not going to, but maybe it's correct. Not a great hand.
Armor made.
Oh, he's control. Is that good for me? I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna freeze that and then trade it in and Eagle Hornbow next turn. Okay, I can still bow it, although I'm gonna bow the Ravaging Ghoul this turn instead. All the raptors might actually be pretty tough for Control Warrior to deal with. What I'm hoping for anyway. Alright, we'll go with some 1-drops over Sneaky Devil. And then we slam down the Sneaky Devil next turn for some surprise damage.
Let the pain speak to me.
Alright, so do I want to coin out the Spiteful Summoner here? Maybe it's better to play it on 6 and then coin this on 8. Also, if I play the Spiteful Summoner here, I can't one-shot the Acolyte. So let's one-shot the Acolyte. Now is the time for the Spiteful Summoner. Easiest King Crush of my life. Well, I guess Obsidian Statue is still pretty good. Did I just hit him for 2? What's gonna happen if I unveil it? I've got a taunt in the way, so it's not getting weaponed. Whirlwind effects, double whirlwind effects, just kill it anyway. Kinda feel like I should just get my 2 damage in here. He could like slam it, I guess, but then he's not slam executing one of my other guys. Alright. That would have killed the Sneaky Devil even if I didn't get my 2 damage in. Give me that Lifesteal Boy. Probably do want to hold on to the Tundra Rhino and not just play it here. I feel like big bursty raptor plays are pretty good in this matchup. Although if it did stick to the board, which was fairly likely, I could charge my Leok and my Misha next turn, which would have been pretty gross. But I think I'm definitely gonna get to finish my quest this game, and charging 17 damage in a turn seems pretty appealing. Alright, he's gonna make a Wisp. Oh, a Snow Flipper Penguin. Well, I still think this is the play. Don't get to kill the Yip, unfortunately. But hopefully he can't gain too much armor. Damn, dude, that's a lot of armor. This max is out at 10, right? Show me Yogg-Saron. Or the best 10-drop. God damn it. Well, the Call of the Wild's actually super good here. Do I push the damage face? Do I win this game in the long run? I wonder if I can just fatigue him. In theory, if I just never play the Raptors, I have so many more cards in my deck than he does. Is that a dumb plan? I don't know. I miss 15 damage trading down his board here. But if I don't kill the Yip at least, then he's gonna get another 10 drop. And that Deathwing's pretty big. Plus between Deathstalker Rexar and all the Raptors. I was gonna say and the Spiteful Summoner, but I'm out of Call of the Wild, so it doesn't summon anything. But I have a lot of value left in my deck. I think I'm still one drop off, which is kind of a bummer. I think I might actually just pass this turn. Let's see, I need 3 1-drops, so triple 1-drop plus Carnassa is 8 mana. So if I need to equip the Candle Shot next turn, I won't be able to Hero Power. But what are the odds I actually need the Candle Shot, and the Hero Power can't be that important? I'd feel bad if I equipped the Candle Shot and drew the second Eaglehorn Bow. Oh my god, I need 1-drops. Well, at least the Sneaky Devil buffs these so that I'm allowed to play them into the Acolyte. And I'll put a damage into the Ravaging Ghoul now, because I'm sure it'll be going into one of the moles. God, I still have 10 1-drops in the deck. So it's 2 to 1 that I can play Carnassa next turn. This is just ridiculous. Finally. The Raptors are going to be over half my deck here, so I'm very likely to be able to chain them. I guess I'll go ahead and play this. Contests the Acolyte just fine. Okay, that's the second Shield Slam. No Raptor. I think I am going to keep my Sneaky Devil stealthed. This weapon looks like it wants to hit it. Should I just be hitting with the Candle Shot here? I have this Eaglehorn Bow just sitting in my hand. Sure.
Nice little raptors.
I already played both of the armor guys, right? This is probably just a whirlwindy type effect. Okay. Time to play some Raptors. Okay, only 2 Raptors is not nearly enough to charge. So let's just kill this thing. And I guess I'll play out the Alley Cat. Seems fine. The Armor Smith does kill them, but I don't know. It's probably okay. Dead Man's Hand for only 4. So if none of these 3 is a Dead Man's Hand, I could theoretically just fatigue him. But I probably need to draw Deathstalker Rexar before that's really a viable line of play. Just playing out a bunch of Raptors. So let's see, if I do this trade, I guess I could even do this trade and then go another Raptor plus a Rhino. It lets me push, what is this, 22 damage? That's actually a shitload. Armor Smith gives him armor though. Probably want to kill the Armor Smith. And I'm gonna hit with the Sneaky Devil this time, because he pretty much has to clear this. There's no way I missed lethal there, right? Maybe there was. I soaked some damage into his minions. But the raptor replaced itself. The alley cat turned into a rhino. Could have sent the bow face. I don't know. Might have missed lethal. Looks like he's still dead though. Actually, maybe he might not be. Swings in here. He takes 9. Yeah, he's dead. Now I have to go back and see if I missed lethal. Now that I'm finished playing Quest Hunter, I actually have some pretty surprising results to report. I went 13 and 13 with this deck. As you can see on the deck tracker, this version went 7 and 4. All played at like rank 5, rank 4. So I can only conclude from that the Marsh Queen is actually a good card. 50% win rate at a fairly competitive rank. Or I suppose the other possible conclusion to draw is that Spiteful Summoner is super broken. And if you play this card on turn 6, with some big spells in the deck, it doesn't really matter what the other 26 cards are, because this card wins games on its own. But it could be that the Hunter Quest is good. I will say though that compared to previous metagames, this one feels quite a bit slower, so I don't feel nearly as bad wasting my turn 1 as a relatively aggressive Hunter deck. In the past, passing turn 1 was basically a death sentence, but against something like Control Warlock, and really even against like Secret Mage or something, passing turn 1 isn't that bad if you have 2 1-drops to follow up on turn 2. So even though I don't think this deck was necessarily carried by the quest, although I did complete it pretty regularly, I think this is probably the best Quest Hunter has ever been. The only changes I made to the deck were cutting the 2 Hungry Crabs, and adding a second Alley Cat and a Worgen Infiltrator. When I first built the deck, Murloc Paladin was the flavor of the week thing to beat, but then people started playing more aggressive Paladins, no Murlocs, so the Hungry Crabs didn't make as much sense, just play some better 1-drops. I think that the Feral Gibberer doesn't really earn its place in the deck. It's pretty nice when it gives you multiple 1-drops. It's comparable to Firefly, which is like the best card in this deck because it's 2 activations for your quest. But it's just too inconsistent most of the time. Feral Gibberer is just a 1-mana 1/1. So I think if I was going to continue playing the deck, I would cut the Gibberers and probably tend toward Argent Squires. I don't know if Argent Squire is the best choice. Maybe like another Worgen Infiltrator would be better. You could also play like a secret package with Secret Keeper, and then you'd have to cut Keleseth, you play some secrets. Instead of some of this top-end stuff, you have a Spellstone, which is kind of similar to Spiteful Summoner, and then it can just win games on its own. But that's a completely different build, not just a 1-for-1 substitution with the Feral Gibberer, and I'm sure there are some other 1-drops you could argue. I guess the other card to talk about would be the Sneaky Devil. It actually seemed reasonably good every time I played it, but I'm not sure that it's one of the 30 best cards that can be in the deck. Funglemancer is a card that's been pretty hot recently, and it's kind of similar to Sneaky Devil in that it takes advantage of having all the shitty 1-drops on the board. Maybe just a card like Houndmaster could make a lot of sense. Although looking at our 1-drops, we're not super heavily stacked on beasts, but Houndmaster is a hell of a card. But yeah, if I was going to make another replacement, I would probably cut the Sneaky Devil. And I don't think you really need more 1-drops. I think if I was going to cut the Sneaky Devil, it probably would be for some other mid-game card, but I don't know exactly what that card would be. So, like I said, I actually went 13 and 13 with this deck. I'm a little bit scared to continue playing it because I really doubt that win rate's going to hold up. But who knows, maybe I can continue high-rolling my way to Legend.